This August, we're looking for a couple things in particular. We think there's a big BOE meeting early in the month. The payrolls number is obviously going to be important out of the U.S. Japanese GDP, Greek resolution, Jackson Hole, you name it. There's something for everyone this next month.
How do you set yourself up for that then, Eric? I mean, we've already dealt with huge amounts of volatility over the last little while. I mean, how do you what more can you do to brace yourself for increased volatility?
Yeah, I guess there's two ways to answer that. The first is that I think most of these events are going to be hawkish in nature. So in other words, they're going to cause yields to rise, bonds to sell off. Now that's generally going to be a bad thing for equities, I think, over the next month until we get liftoff. So you want to be long cyclical securities and short defensive ones.
Okay, all right. Can you be a little bit more specific, Eric? Give us a little bit more detail about exactly what you would be putting your money into right now.
Well, in equity land, we continue to like banks. I think if you get a Greek resolution, then peripheral banks will outperform, at least for the time being. And then elsewhere, we continue to like U.S. industrials, and we don't like interest rate sensitive. So that's real estate in the U.S. and Europe and UK.
What was it, our guest earlier on in the US was talking to us, Eric, about financials and saying, financials are, when you look at financials in the US, they're sitting at a PE of around about 15 times as opposed to an average at the S&P of 18 times plus. When you look at the fact that we're going to get higher interest rates in the States, they're the place to be. Are you saying that you disagree with that?
No, I think that's absolutely correct. I mean, I think you certainly want to be in the U.S. Our view right now is that the biggest trade of the year so far has been long easers and short tightening economies. So in other words, investors have been long Japan, they've been long Europe, and they've been short U.S. and the U.K. On the back of expectations of tightening. We think when you get liftoff, that trade unwinds, and you want to be in the U.K. and the U.S. And in particular, banks in those two economies look strong as well.